Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. This is one of the most important shows that we have here, and we're going to be getting into education. And we have the Dr. Mary Johnson here. We have Mr. Coleman, and we have old buddy there, Dr. Williams. And we're going to go in some important things. So, hey, look, if you're going to take a break, take it after Ed Brown Show because you don't want to miss it. Hey, Mary, welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very pleased to be here. I'm always happy to share what I've learned in the teaching of mathematics.
Oh, fantastic. Who you have here? Dr. Drew Coleman?
I have Mr. Brian Coleman, who's worked with me for several years. And yes, in the Math Center, and now we work together at the Washington Tennis and Education Foundation new center, the brand new center. And we are able to implement the Success in Learning Math approach to teaching mathematics.
Wow.
And it's very exciting.
That's a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, what we're going to do, we're going to get this out the way with Dr. Eugene Williams. He's going to tell us about this award that he won. It's going to be on Channel 7.
Yes.
And so, I mean, all of you people out there, this is just outstanding thing for the Ed Brown Show to have Dr. Williams win. Dr. Williams, tell us about this award that you just won.
Well, Ed, it's something that I'm very excited about. Friday,
So are we.
Yeah, Friday I was called, and I was told that you have been selected to be Hero of the Week on the segment done by Leon Harris from 5:30 to 6 on today. May the 15th. Now, for those people who won't see that, they can see it online on WJLA.com. And so that's what it's all about. I'm teaching youngsters. That's what I've always wanted to do.
English and math, isn't
yes,
that?
I do the English.
You do the English, and Mary does the math.
And Dr. Johnson and Mr. Coleman, they do the math. And I'm
Okay.
here to enjoy them talk about math today.
Okay, fantastic. All right, back to you, Dr. Johnson.
Okay.
Just we're going to start this. This is going to be a 3-segment type of thing in education. Strictly, we're going to deal with this math problem. Everybody has a math problem. I don't care whether they're playing jacks or whatever they're doing, you know, because what happens when adults, they figure after they leave school, I don't need math. But you can see how some of the entertainers, athletes, and some of the businessmen, you know what I mean, have millions of dollars and all of a sudden they're broke. They're driving cabs and that type of thing. But what we're going to do, these two fantastic people here are going to get involved with mathematics. And this mathematics is going to be a 3-part. We're going to have it the 22nd and the 29th of this month. So, hey, look, get ready. Mary,
Yes.
how are you going to start this now? This is so very important to me and to the youngsters and to the adults. I mean, don't you adults look at those foreclosures and all that kind of stuff going down? You know, somebody's not doing the math.
Yes, that's true. But I'm so excited because I like to share what I've been doing for the last many, many years in math. And the success that we've had. We have developed what is called the Success in Learning Math approach. This approach has been researched for many years with millions of dollars poured into it. NIE, National Institute of Education, they promoted the model in 10 schools in Southeast Washington. It was very successful. I did an implementation model report on how it could be implemented, but it was very costly. It costs a lot to do that. To replicate it costs a lot. It's been researched by the National Science Foundation. We had a project there. Norfolk State University with the optical engineering students, very successful. 16 out of 17 optical engineering students finished the program 4 years, and they are into their careers. It's been researched and researched, and I have continued to refine it. The Washington Tennyson Education Foundation, I've worked with them for the last over 10 years. And we have seen year after year students come into the program. They fail in math in almost every subject you can imagine, from some of the top high schools. They come in, and there was F averages in calculus, pre-calculus, algebra, whatever. And we have seen those students, through working with them one-on-one, individually, over time, bring their grades up. And the next thing I know, they're saying, I said, how did you do on your test? I got an A, I got a B. I never talk to the teachers, I never see the test, it doesn't matter. The reason for it is I use an analytical reasoning development approach. And when you do that, when you teach students how to think, reason, and work through these thought processes, it doesn't matter what the test question is. But if you teach the student how to do a problem, and teach them how to do examples, and then set them off to take a test, it's going to be disastrous. But if you really prepare them in the content, show the logical connections. This is where I teach. And I simplify everything. I teach the definitions of everything. Students don't even know what they're doing. What is the definition of an integer? You're using integers. Do you know what it is? Well, I think so. What is division? You want to learn division? What is it? And I'm talking to not only young students, but students at college level.
Yes.
And every level, I'll tell you
Yes.
the real truth, because I teach students from K through graduate school. Mm-hmm. Work with those students who are working on their doctorates and having trouble with statistics. Get them through their statistics program so they get their doctorate degrees. Work with them on every level. So I have a wide perspective of what goes on level to level, grade to grade. And over time I have amassed, and I didn't really realize it, but the person that I would like to bring on next week will help you to understand. He sat with me day after day, listened to me, and he helped me to really analyze and see the vast amount of information I have gained from working one-on-one with students. You cannot effectively teach, write books, or do anything else to help students unless you have some contact with the students, unless you sit and talk to them. You just don't know. And this is a major problem that I see, this is from my perspective, that we're having in teaching mathematics throughout the country. The major problem is, number one, the students come to you at different levels, college level, high school level, different courses, whatever. They come in and you don't know where they are. You don't have a clue where they are. So what do most teachers do?
You interview them.
Most teachers, I talk to a lot of teachers and they interview and whatever, but a lot of times they don't know. And they don't have time to interview each student. I found a way to deal with that, but it's trying to work through the model of diagnosing students, number one, interviewing the students, number two, talking to them, number three, planning instructional lessons for them based on their knowledge level, guiding them through from the concrete, developing the concepts from the concrete to the abstract. And you can do that. Now, some educators may not believe that. They say, well, the students didn't come in here on the abstract level, so therefore, what can you do with them? What can you do with them? You go to the concrete level and you bring them up, you develop them. And that's what you can do with them. Mm-hmm. Now, the approach has been tested on many levels, many situations. I have some problems applying this approach in institutions where there's a very strict set of steps you have to follow, and it interferes with what I try to do, so I have a little problem with that situation. Mm-hmm. But I'm very excited about teaching and being a math specialist and working with the students at the Washington Tennyson Education Foundation, because they have seen my work over time. They have seen students come to me and their grades go up and they're able to do well in math, and once they're able to do well in math, it seems to affect everything else they're learning. They have seen this. In the math center, of course, I work with students who come in with all Fs. I have a student.
All F's.
All F's.
Wow.
I have a student came with all F's. Okay. After 3 or 4 months, guess what his goal was? His goal was being on honor roll all of the subjects because his grade went up in math to B. His grade went up to math to B.
Okay, Mr. Coleman, tell us how you're involved with this operation in 1 minute.
In working with Success and Learning Math Center, my mentor, Dr. Mary Johnson, founded the concepts. In math, as she said, in math are based on principles, topics that have logic that's connected to each topic. Now, if you want to help the student, what you want to do is get a process that brings you about to what we call the solution set, where you resolve the steps of the problem, what we call a math problem, which is really a premise. It's a platform of reasoning. So as Dr. Johnson shows us, if you look at the question, inside the question is actually the answer. Because in every question, there's a foundation. And what we like to do is we like to interview and interface with the students such that the foundation sets up a platform that we can launch a mathematical strategy.
Okay, that sounds great. It's fantastic. Here we have this first segment. I can't wait till the next segment that Dr. Johnson is going to bring. And Dr. Johnson, she has a book in mathematics. What's the name of that book?
The name of the book is A Formula for Success in Learning Math.
A formula for success in math. Hey, don't forget, Ed Brown Show. We're going to be talking about a lot of things next week.
Yeah.
And we got 2 other segments coming up, and we're going to deal with that petition against signatures to get this bill or something turned around. You've heard about the bill in education. Okay, and then we have a young man here who's going to tell us about, he's just 21 years old. He's involved in so many things. See you in a second. Hi, welcome back to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. And you thought the first segment was great. This is dynamic because this gives you an opportunity to be counted. We're talking about the signed petition now. Without voter power, nothing would be great. Here we have a dynamic lady here, Deborah Sell. I mean, she put her neck on the line. She's out there getting signatures to give you an opportunity to be involved in the education of Prince George's County. Welcome, Deborah.
Well, thank you very much.
I mean, how did you get involved in this?
Well, I've been involved with the school system since the early 1990s when my daughters were born. I have twin daughters. They're disabled, and the county provided really great services for them. They will be 24 in July.
Wow.
My one daughter just graduated from Goucher College in Baltimore, and her twin sister's now at Anne Arundel Community College. But the county provided them services in the infant toddler program from the time that they were 9 months old till they were 4. And then the county provided my one daughter who was more impacted. They sent her to a special needs school in Annapolis where she got the support that she needed.
Wow. That's some background that you have.
Well, they provided door-to-door bus service for 10 years for her.
Wow.
At that school.
And alongside you there, we have Mr. Was it Harris?
Emil Harris.
Emil Harris. He's the Washington Post. And we're just trying to get some idea about this petition that you're doing. Now, what inspired you to come out now? You know, this is when, things are really hot, heated up. And you got the Washington Post here.
It's a big issue.
Big issue.
She's really courageous because she's going against not just the county government, but the state of Maryland that's behind this. And so this will see one person really make a difference. And again, this is Constitution on a grassroots level.
Well, I'm so proud of her to come out. You know, a lot of people, they say, hey, look, I don't need that headache, you know what I mean? But we like to honor you for stepping up, and this is what we need to do. You know, we talk about volunteers, and this is an excellent example of you doing that job, volunteering to do such a tremendous job in education. This is Education Month on the Ed Brown Show, and we like to honor you for putting your foot out there. We know you, or sometimes they said putting your neck out, you know. Now, tell us some of the procedures in getting signatures.
Well, we first had to go before the Maryland State Board of Elections and find out what we could do legally. So they gave us the go-ahead. An attorney friend of mine and I sat down and we synopsized the bill down to 1 page, and the Attorney General's office said it was sufficient. So we got the approval to do this on May 1st. So we had a kickoff meeting at the Prince George's Teachers Association meeting on May 2nd. And we've been just knocking on doors, going to different activities, getting signatures. And Senator Muse from South County in District 26 was actually the only senator that dared to speak out on this bill.
Congratulations.
He really
to Senator Muse.
took it on the line. He was eloquent in his defense of our voters' rights. So he invited me and Peggy Higgins, who is a board member from Greenbelt, to actually address his congregation last Sunday. And he's having a revival at his church on Thursday and Friday evening. I mean, tomorrow and Friday, where he's invited 5 other churches to come in and listen. It's their Pentecost revival. And he has been just a stalwart supporter of this effort. We need 8,000 signatures by the end of May. And then we will need 24,000 signatures by the end of June in order to have this become a ballot issue.
And it should be a ballot issue. This affects not only the school kids, this affects the voters too.
Well, it affects our whole county, because education is really the economic backbone for any community.
Exactly.
If the kids are not educated, then businesses won't locate here.
And then if I could jump in, I think people need to understand what's at stake here. We're talking about, for years you had representatives of a school board, people elected them, checks and balances from grassroots on up. Now you're talking about the county executive has made a decision to basically take charge of the school system in the name of improving education. But at the same time, some are saying, like our sister here, say, wait a minute, we don't elect you to run the school board, we elect you to run the county. And so again, this happened in Washington, D.C. It brought us the control board, the appointed Board of Education. So we've seen this happen before. And the key question is, just because you take over something from an elected body, does it really get better? So again, I think people need to be educated, not just on this process, but in the name of improving schools, can one person do more than a whole board that was elected by the people?
Right. Right,
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, there's research that shows that school governance really does not make a difference in school achievement. What makes a difference is having involved parents, involved communities, involved churches.
Say that real loud.
And
as parents,
it takes all of us.
is the key.
It takes the whole community to raise a child. And we believe that it's really foolhardy to believe that anything's going to change for the better by having the county executive take over.
But the county executive will say to the contrary, though. We all know it takes parents, but the reality is the school system is broken. It's not effective. People are failing. I think we just heard numbers, 50, 60% people graduation rate.
61%.
So therefore, he's saying this is not a dream situation. This is a situation in crisis. So the question becomes, what and how and when to address this crisis?
Now, your response from the different people now, are you involving some of the youngsters in this? Or?
We're actually going to try to educate students. Students, when they're 16, can register to vote. They can sign the petition as long as they're going to be 18 before November 4th, 2014. So we're trying to go to the different schools and educate students that they need to take an active role in this.
But now, is it going to be hard for you, though? My question is, you got your time is short.
Yes.
You need an army of
Okay.
people.
Right. Well, that's the idea, and this is why I brought you two on, especially Deborah here and Mr. Harris, is that concerning the media and everything. We have to do our share too. And Ed Brown Show, we're attempting to give the people a choice, and people
Yes.
have to have the choice. Okay, we got one more young man to show you what's happening out there. See you in a second. Hi, welcome back to the third segment. And I hope you haven't gone anywhere because, hey, look, we got a dynamic young man here, Richard Evans. Welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
Thank you.
This young man, we talk about education, we talk about economics. This young man has stepped out into the education business situation. He's an actor, he's an artist, and what else, Richard,
Model.
are you involved with?
Model.
And model. You can see this outfit that he has on now. Introduce and let Richard tell me about this. You got a Laker, and what's the jacket?
Oh, this is just a Nike jacket.
A
Tracksuit.
Nike jacket,
Yeah.
and you got purple shoes.
Nah, they red.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, nice.
They're red. Okay, tell us, how did you get involved? Here, you're only 21 years old,
Right.
man. I mean, you were involved in 3 fantastic process there. Tell us about it.
Well, I was drawing since I was a little kid, you know, since I was in like first grade until
When
now.
you got crayons for Christmas, so you decided
Yeah, I get to draw on the
ever
right
since your mother and father gave you crayons because you like to draw, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And modeling and acting, I just recently got involved in that like 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, what drove you to acting? I mean, you saw the Ed Brown Show or something like that,
Right. Nah, just watching movies and thinking I could do that, you know.
And you figure so what you're doing, you're after my job, right?
Yeah.
You can do what I do, right? Yeah, well, you have to have confidence,
Right.
you know, that's it. Now, just in preparation now, you're dealing with artists, you're dealing with modeling. Tell us some of the projects you've been involved in.
Been involved with. I recently did a movie, Lemon Drop.
Lemon Drop,
Yeah,
yeah?
we filmed that a couple weeks ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What is it, sitcom or
Well, it's
a
a
comedy or
romantic
what?
comedy film.
It's a what?
A romantic comedy film.
A romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Are you the #1 guy?
No. I'm just in the background. Just
Oh, you in the background. Okay. So what about this artistic thing? You got 2 of your famous favorite paintings. Tell us about those.
oh yeah, I did those like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was doing that for the National Art Program at Johns Hopkins.
Oh, National Art Program at Johns Hopkins. Hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, good. So, what was your next project? What are you gonna do in the future?
In the
Tell us about it.
As far as the artists,
Yeah, as far as artists is concerned.
well,
You
I
have
got
anything
next
in
year's
mind?
showcase that I got to work on.
You got a showcase?
Yeah,
Okay, where will the exhibit be?
be at Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins.
The Miles Room
Mm-hmm.
at Johns Hopkins.
I see. And what about this acting?
Oh, acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting into that. You know,
Huh?
I'm getting into that.
You're getting into it.
Yeah.
Okay, now what attempts have you made to really break the big times?
Big times. Well, right now I'm just starting from the bottom. You know, doing extras and background
Now,
stuff.
you're doing extras
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Is that a tough job? How do maybe I want to get be an extra or something. All I have to do is just walk across the stage.
Right,
Is that
right.
okay?
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
That's
Like
what
fake talk.
that's what you do. In fact, my son was involved in one of your movies,
Right,
wasn't he?
right, the Lemon Drop.
Yeah, Lemon Drop. I see. Where all he had to do, he couldn't say nothing. He just walked across the stage,
Something like that, yeah.
being an extra.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good man. That pay much? That doesn't pay too much. Being an extra when you just walk across the stage, see, I mean, your reward is being seen in the movie, right?
Yeah.
What was Lemon Twist about? What is Lemon Drop?
Lemon Drop, yeah.
Yeah, what was it about?
Oh,
You
really?
said it was romantic.
Yeah, it's romantic comedy. It's really about these two workers that work at the restaurant, and they like each other, but they didn't never, I guess, communicate well.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the other guy needs to make the first move.
Uh-huh.
You know.
She was waiting for him, and he was waiting for her.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how it really.
Oh, so so what happened? They finally met at the end.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, yeah.
At the end,
They finally
they
kiss,
went
I
on
guess,
a
yeah.
date, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what type of movies do you like to star in?
Sports movies, like
Sports movies.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Lakers they've been okay, but they weren't too good today.
That's not my team, though.
This year, huh?
That's not my team. My team
That's,
is
that's
Miami
not your.
Heat.
Yeah, that's not your team.
Nah.
What's your team?
Miami Heat.
Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Oh, you like winners? Is that?
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah,
that? That's what you're trying to tell me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in the future, tell us some of the things you're going to be doing.
Well, as far as mine, I have the Charm City International Fashion Week that's coming up.
Charm
this
City?
month. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's in Baltimore.
In Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, I'd like to wish you a lot of luck there. And you
Thank
keep
you.
going, man. I mean, you know, the stars is it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're reaching for the stars now. Don't get discouraged, you
All
know,
right.
because failures come too. You know, you got to be able to do that too. Okay, you've heard this young man here. He's 21. He's getting into the economics of this country. Make that money. And don't forget, hey, the next two sections, we're going to be talking about that education again. See you next time.